Question number 8. So, one day, the time spent on social media by the students in the school is normally distributed with mean of 140 minutes and a standard deviation of 25 minutes. I never know if that's supposed to be squared or not, but that doesn't really massively matter because when we put it into the calculator, it's all going to work nicely for us. So it starts off with calculate the probability that the time the student spent on social media part 1 was under 175 minutes. So we want the probability that x is less than 175. So the way that we do this is on the CG50, we're in the stats mode. So that's really important. That's mode 2, I think. Let me go to my menu. Yep, stats mode is mode 2. We're then going to hit, let me come out of this. So F5 for the distribution. We're going to hit F1 for the normal distribution. And then we want F2 for the normal cumulative distribution. Now that gives us plenty of bits on the menu. We want our lower to be 0, our upper to be 175. We've got our delta symbol, which is 25, and then we've got mu as 140, which is our mean. And then once we've plugged that into the calculator, we get 0.9192. Okay, probability that it's above 130. So I am really lucky with my calculator because all I need to change is put my lower as 130, and then my upper just needs to be a really big number. So I'll just put 1,000 in, and then we just tweak it. So 130, 1,000, and I've got 0.6554. And I like to do it to 4 decimal places when I can. That's sort of the traditional way that it's been done in sort of the A-level course. And as long as you've rounded it properly, you're going to be fine. Okay, next question. We're looking at part 3. Did not exceed 50% of the mean time. So the mean time is 170. And sorry, the mean time is 140. My memory has gone already, and we're dividing that by 2. That gives us 70. So we want the probability that x is less than or equal to, or less than 70. Less than or equal to won't matter because the probability of it being equal to that is so small. And we've got some standard form coming out. So 0.00, so there's 3 zeros, 255. So 0.002, and then I'm going to put 56 just to round it that little bit. And that's that. Okay, next one. 8b, the probability that the student spent between t minutes and 170 minutes on social media is 0.3. Work out the value of t. So if we've got our graph there, 140 is our mean. So we're going 170, and then I don't know where t is, but this area in here is 0.3. So we need to try and find out what that is. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to work out the probability of everything up to 170. So the probability that x is less than 170. So 170 is my upper. That gives me 0.8849. Okay, if I subtract 0.3 from that, it gives me 0.5849. And therefore, I can then work out t because it's up to 0.5849, which means I'm going to come out of my distribution, go back in through my normal, but I'm now going to hit F3 to get to my inverse normal. Now it's asking me about a tail. My tail needs to be on the left. My area, which is the probability, is going to be 0.5849, and then the rest of the details are the same. And that gives me 145.36. So I'm going to put 145.4, and then having a look at the mark scheme, it's happy to accept anything between 145 and 146. Okay, that's the end of question 8. Hopefully you're up to date with all that. That's all good. And I'll see you at question number 9.